welcome to Vision Insights. Today we'll be discussing the few more MCQs on the topics of management. So today's topic is directing. So let's begin then. So first question. Directing is considered as a sense of management. Directing is considered as a sense of management. A, in supervision. B, in action. C, in control. D, none of these. So answer is directing is considered as a sense of management because it helps in action. So obviously a director or a leader or a manager has boosts the action in the organization. Planning and organizing and other activities just make the plans. But who will execute it? Execution is done after the directing is done. So answer is B. The next question. Directing is performed at A, all levels, B, top level, C, lower level, D, none of these. Direction is required at all levels of management, whether top level or middle level or lower level. So it is answer is A. At all levels, directing is required. Direction and supervision are A, same, B, different, C, none of the two, or D, synonymous. Direction and supervision are two different things, right? The leader directs it, supervision can be done by a supervisor or any other manager as well. So, answer is they are both different things. Next question. Directing is essential for A, big organization, B, medium organization, C, all organization, D, none of these. Directing is essential for all different kinds of organization. Supervision is concerned with A, guiding others, B, controlling subordinates, C, overseeing others, D, none of these. Supervision work is related to the overseeing of the subordinates. So you oversee the work of the subordinates, whether they are doing properly the work assigned to them, and otherwise if they have any query or errors are there, the supervisor will be able to solve that errors. So supervision is basically the overseeing the work of the subordinates. Next, a manager is always a top level executive, C, middle level executive, B, middle level executive, C, leader, D, none of D, lower level clerical worker. So I would say the manager is always a leader. He will be doing the task of motivating people, directing people, leading them, guiding them. So he's a leader. Manager is a leader. Next question. The effective principles of direction does not include. Effective principles of direction does not include A, personality, B, managerial communication, C, harmony of objectives, D, unity of command. So I would say that the effectiveness of the principle of direction. So if in order to be a leader to be effective or a manager to effectively direct their subordinates, his personality doesn't matter. He might be how good looking, or how is he looking, or how he dress up. His personality is not so important. So answer is his personality is not an effective principle for direction. But yes, for direction he requires to have a good communication skills. He should have the harmony, or there should be the harmony of objectives maintained. Means the objectives of the organization and the self objectives of the manager, or the objectives of personal objectives, there should not be any conflict among it, and there should be a harmony of objectives maintained. And obviously a unity of command is required, as propounded by our management profounder, Henry Fayol, that the one manager should there should be a one command, and one person, one manager or one subordinate should get the command from one supervisor or the one manager. So here the one direction for getting a good direction, unity in command is really important. So managerial communication, harmony of objectives, unity of command are the principles which are principles which are required to be followed by the manager in order to have a given effective direction to the subordinate. But his personality is no more, I would say, not much of important. So here the answer is personality. The effective principle of direction does not include personality. Direction includes A. Guidance and punishment, B. Controlling subordinates, C. Assignment of duties, D. Motivation, leadership, and communication. Direction, I've already discussed about this. The direction a leader will direct. So leader should be also give motivation for work for the subordinates, right? So he should be a motivator, he should be a leader, he should have a good communication skills. So direction always include motivation, leadership, and communication. Next question. Motivation causes A. Goal directed behavior, B. Fulfillment of individual objectives, C. Fulfillment of organizational objectives, D. None of these. Motivation always causes a goal directed behavior. So, if a person is motivated towards his goal, he will try to achieve the goal or he'll try to behave in such a way. I would say inculcate that habits in himself so that he can achieve his goals. So, motivation always causes a goal directed behavior. Next question. Direction is A. Discontinuous activity. B. Continuous activity. C. Controlling activity. D. None of this. Obviously, the direction is required in throughout the organization, so it is a continuous activity. Direction is a continuous activity. So, hope you understood, and all the questions were really interesting, right, on the topic direction. And do subscribe the channel and always try to come and visit this channel. You will get more knowledge, and please try to share these videos among your friends as well. Thank you for your patient listening, and we'll be meeting very, very soon with different topics or new topics on management. Thank you all.